This is how to do a really good push-up that's not going to mess up your shoulders. So to start off, we want to think about hands. What are our hands doing? Index fingers pointing forwards, and then other fingers spread from them. You want to be gripping the ground with your fingers so you've got tension through your hands and your forearms straight away. Hands want to be about shoulder width apart, if not a little bit wider. Then we want to think about the push-up being a pull before it's a push. Because first of all, you have to lower yourself down to the ground before you have to push back against gravity. So the next step is talking about this top position. What are we doing here? How are we strong here? We want to make sure our shoulders, top of our shoulders is always forward of our knuckles. So over top of your fingers, if not more forward, right? What is your core doing? So you do not want to have your belly open and your back arched like this. Core is disengaged. We want to squeeze our butt, squeeze our abs, be protracted so you're pressing away from the ground and reaching forward. Strong breath in. This is the top position from which you start. As you lower down into the bottom position, we want to have forearms vertical, so not there. Forearms vertical, so when we're trying to push vertically into the ground, we've got the opposite reaction going the other way. Forearms vertical, quads squeezed, heels together, butt on, abs tight. It's a lot to squeeze. We want to make sure that you can create maximal tension in your whole body so that you don't leave your core behind. What do I mean by that? You don't worm up, right? So we don't want to see this kind of action where we've left our hips behind. We want to make sure you're nice and strong all the way through the movement, right? Should be no deviation in your body position as you're pressing and pulling yourself to the ground. To check that we can get into this really strong bottom position of our push-up, we can try to do a hand release push-up where we pull our hands off the ground slightly. So pull your shoulder blades together is the thought, pulling your elbows up to the roof. We don't want your shoulders to round forward as you pull your hands up. We also don't want our hands to go forward as we pull our shoulder blades back together. The next step is actually pushing ourselves off the ground. So we want to make sure we've got all the tension in the quads, the butt, the abs, the back. Everything is on, squeezing tight as you can, so that when you go to push into the ground, you're releasing all that tension into the ground. Strong breath in, press, all right? And that is how you do a really good push-up.